Okay, this is the second part to 7.2. Sorry about that. I forgot to put the airplane mode so that calls wouldn't interrupt me. But okay, so we ended up saying that this had double flip, and so therefore that's odd symmetry. Okay. Okay, let me see. Now we're going to learn about end behavior. And end behavior, we have two different types of end behavior on graphs. One is called diverge. And diverge is when the graph moves away from the x-axis forever. Goes away from x-axis forever. And so an example, in fact we can even use the one that we used before. As x goes to the positive numbers, the graph diverges. As x goes to the negative numbers, it also diverges. You can see that it goes away from the x-axis, okay? It's going away and away and away. It's getting farther and farther away. So as x goes to the negatives, the graph diverges. Okay? The other end behavior is when it converges. And converge is when the graph approaches a specific number. Okay? Approaches a specific not necessarily that it reaches that number, but it approaches that number. And so let me give you an example of how that would look. For example, if we have a graph that starts up here and then it gets closer and closer, maybe to, let's say 1, 2, maybe to 3, okay? And then it goes on forever in there. So, but it's approaching, getting closer to 3. So that's converged when the graph converges. Okay, it can be on both sides. And it doesn't matter what happens in the graph. Let's say that maybe in here it's converging at 1. And then I don't know, it doesn't matter what happens in here, but then maybe in here it converges at 2, okay, when y is equals to 2. But converging is just getting closer to the x-axis, or any number, but in reference to the x-axis. Okay. Let me go back. So maybe copy that and maybe go back to this one. And just another small example. So it doesn't matter again what happens in the middle, as long as you can see that at the end behavior, that's why it's called end behavior. Towards the end, my line is getting away from my x-axis. Okay, so with these two small videos, and again sorry for the interruption, you can now work on 7.2 and have fun.